I love that.
Big Bill.
I love that.
Please
Big
find
Bill.
pictures. and the fashion does take a cycle. It's a real
does.
thing, but it doesn't.
My
mean
daughter's
there's an
wearing that now.
improvement.
Yeah, my daughter's wearing everything I used to wear. Yeah.
Is it okay
She's
not
14.
to be a fan of the updated fashion?
Yeah.
So like, I always thought there'd be like a refinement of fashion, like we're trying to actually improve things, but it really is just like, we're
Fast.
just doing the old thing.
It's fast fashion.
And so
Yep.
I walk downtown, and these girls who are like, you know, hip and hot, and they're showing their stuff, are wearing my mom's jeans, and it's like, good God.
Michaela wears dad jeans.
What does that mean? What are
What is
wait,
that?
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Different
whoa.
than
What?
right. We've gone
What is
from mom
that?
jeans to dad jeans. I think they're high waisted and complete straight legs.
Ooh.
Where moms would sometimes have a taper or like something fancy on the thing.
Ooh.
I don't know. But she wears dad jeans now too. And lots of wide leg pants. Everything has to be wide leg. Everything.
I like
You know
that
when I
look.
knew I was going out
Yeah.
of fashion is my boot cut jeans, because like they'd flare out a little bit at the bottom. They stopped
Boots are
selling
back.
them.
Boots
What?
are back. They're back.
The boot cut is back?
Yeah, they're back. I just bought a pair the other day for myself.
So it was like a
So
10,
you're
20
fine.
year window I was
Yeah.
missing this. But I was like,
Yep.
I started like holding on to them, specialty ordering. I was like, oh, I am out of fashion. Like everybody else is wearing
Yeah.
the skinny jeans. And I was just like, I cannot go there.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
But
They're
I
back.
did just
You're
get like
safe.
the regular. Okay, great. I'll go back to. But then I'm worried about being like a Mickey Rourke, like
Skinnies,
crazy
skinnies are
looking,
out.
and wearing a tiny T-shirt and like designer jeans, and like, wait a minute, I'm in my 60s, but I'm dressing like I'm in my 20s. Like I don't know where my place is anymore. I don't know how to find myself.
Just wait
You know
till
what I
you
mean?
hit like mid 40s. It's fun life. It's fun life.
Wait till you hit mid
really far ahead.
50s.
Oh, mother of God! Oh,
I'm 52, you guys.
damn,
You're still a
Gloria,
baby.
man, you give me hope. That's
You're still-
fantastic to hear.
I've got gray
still a baby,
hair,
Gloria.
all kinds of issues.
Gloria, you have gray hair.
Oh my God, my hair's so gray.
What?
I just
Let the
bleached my
hair
shit
grow
out.
No, hell no.
Oh my God.
No way.
So, I don't want to. I don't want to sound weird here. I've never said anything that came across weird before. But I think gray hair is beautiful. I think it's hip. I think it's cool. And
If you're 80,
no,
no, some people can pull it off. You're right.
Like
Some people can do
silver?
the platinum.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
no, not
but
just like the dye. Not young people dyeing it silver. I mean, like actual gray hair. I think it's beautiful. I love
oh
it.
God, you guys know.
I'm going there.
I got a majestic floater who looks like that, Dylan. It's like silver fox, and she's older.
Yeah,
She's not old, but she's older.
gotcha.
Mine's not there yet, but that's where I'm working towards.
Do you color
You
your
don't
hair?
have grays.
Oh yeah.
Do you color your hair?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, men are so naive. We have no idea what's
So-
going on the other side. That's so funny.
I dyed it red for many, many years, and then I dyed it brown, and my hair doesn't like brown, and so I'm technically like a dark blonde, but this is like super. We started doing like darker base, so it looks a little more natural now. But oh yeah, it's way darker, way.
Wow.
And if you look at pictures of us through the years, there's probably 2019 conference was my natural hair color. Actually, it was a little darker than my natural.
2019. Okay, I'll
think.
pull that up on the
2019.
Facebook.
Yeah. Go find us, 3 years ago.
Wow. All right. Drew, did you know any of this? Did you know this work was going on behind the scenes?
No idea.
Okay, so
Okay,
I'm on,
we're recording
I'm on
the
the
podcast.
FRC. Okay, no, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
all making it. This is all part of the pod. I'm on the FRC, and Kim's on there too, so I can talk to you about this. So we're all chatting, and then I start gesticulating. I start moving my arms around, and it looks like I have a full sleeve tattoo going down my arms. And I was like, "Mother of God, I am so hairy." And so I took clippers to my arms, but I went way too short, and now it's. Well, I guess maybe on the camera it doesn't look horrible, but in person it's
tell.
embarrassing.
One of them
that
looks
nice?
lighter than the other, for sure.
Hey,
They'd be a
When
nice.
I was
that
when
one.
I was 20, I used to shave my arms when I was 20. I don't know why.
Yeah, actually, so that's funny. So I was talking to
What's the
Sandra
thing?
about this, and she said a
Yeah.
lot of girls would share shave their arms. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know about
Yeah.
legs, but come on.
Yeah,
and
that's-
like
That's
But
the
then
thing.
I say, come on. But then
Like-
some girls like have hairier arms and they're feeling insecure and they're growing up and it's the worst time of life. 15, you're in middle school. It's the
Yeah.
worst. This is Art of the
Mine
Float.
weren't. I just did it anyway.
I did it to fit in with these insecure kids. Yeah. I get it. It's a terrible perpetuating. Welcome back to another episode of Art of the Float. My name's Dylan. I probably shouldn't tell you what business I own because this is going to be a weird episode and I don't want you to associate with it. But this is our holiday episode. Is this? Are we going to end with a theme, Christmas song?
Yeah, we'll sing.
Feliz Navidad.
For sure.
Feliz
All right.
Navidad. Or Damien the Christmas donkey. What's his name?
Damien. Rudolph.
Dominic the donkey. Dominic the
Dominic,
Christmas
yeah.
donkey.
Oh, okay.
Gloria knows it's an Italian thing.
Yep. I used to have a 45 with that on it.
Awesome.
Hey, crazy.
Yeah. I wish I still had it. It was at my
Dominic the
nana's.
donkey.
Yep. It was at
Oh,
my
that's so cool.
nana's.
So it still exists. It's around.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Let me
that.
see if I can find it.
Okay. I don't know.
We're already
You
there.
know, every once in a while podcasts play music and they don't seem to care about like big takedown notices or whatever. And then other podcasts are like, no, we can't, or we have to talk over the track, yada yada. And I really don't understand podcast legality with music tracks. But yeah, so I'm Dylan.
Okay. I'm Gloria from Float 60. Am I supposed to go next? Like, we have no
Yes,
real order
you're
here.
next.
Okay. I
We've
am.
had an order for a year or two now. We've had an order.
I'm Gloria, aka GoGo. Yes, I am from Chicago and Indiana. And what was the question?
There is a
We're not doing a bit tonight.
No
It's
question.
the
No
episode
bit.
is the bit. The
Oh, okay.
episode's the
Okay.
bit.
Well, can I just tell you guys something?
Always.
Yes.
I am so happy to be back on this podcast tonight with you. I miss you all. I feel so full of love and it's like spewing from my veins. I just want to like hug all of you.
If anybody could draw or paint the all the love spewing from Gloria's veins, I would love to see that beautiful holiday image.
I'm serious. I'm feeling so like lovey.
I love that, Gloria. I love podcast night. I love talking with you guys, and it's fun. Tonight is an episode with no guests, it's just the love between hosts, and that's where I'm at. Because I mean, like we did a free swim episode a while ago where it was just us chatting, and honestly, a lot of our relationship is the pre and post recording, and
the
episodes like
texting.
this are and the texting.
The texting's out of control.
Sorry about my text last night, or was it 2 nights ago, whatever it was. I've been a little under the weather, and I realized that made no sense whatsoever. But yeah, anywho, I'm Dylan.
Hi, Dylan.
Hi.
I'm Drew.
Drew, nice to meet you.
I'm here. I'm in New Hampshire. You know, same old, same old. I look forward to having a fun free swim night with everybody. And I'm not really spewing anything tonight, but I will be spewed on by Gloria and all of her love.
Wow. Okay.
Yay!
Oh, yeah, we're still recording. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to edit that.
No edits tonight. No edits.
No edits.
It's my gimme
No edits.
episode.
This is raw footage.
Right.
Yes. I'm Kim. Hey.
Oh, boy.
And we are in for quite a treat tonight. Quite a treat.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, Drew, I gotta know. So, I when I was 13, I went into a martial arts school where I started stand-up sparring. Eventually, it turned to a lot of ground fighting and MMA stuff, and I spent, not countless, but a ton of time. It was my whole lifestyle was doing martial arts. One of the things we learned in the stand-up section was giving a receipt, a verbal receipt. So if somebody communicates something to you, you let them know that you were heard. And so communication was kind of like an analogy to sparring, for example, like as a form of communication. And so I was like, it's in my DNA at this point. If somebody says something, I respond to it. So when you guys text, I am always sure to have a response for it. Drew in particular does not seem to have the same instinct of response. So sometimes I will say things, and what's worse is when nobody replies. I'm like, I'm so just hanging here. But
we left you on read. Is that what the kids say? They left you on read?
Oh, left me on read. Yeah,
ghosted.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
it's real.
Yeah,
it's real.
Yeah.
Oh, God, to be a kid these days. So, Drew, I got to know. I've been curious, so why not save it for when we're on the air? Are you aware they're bulking up? These text messages are showing.
Sometimes. Listen, next time this happens, I've been meaning to take a picture. If I'm in, I'll be off the phone for a bit and then come back and have 72 messages. And a lot of times it's 70 messages from the same thread. And
right.
Then it's like, we go from fun to serious to fun to serious. And it's hard to interject into a serious point. You guys know what I'm talking about. All of a sudden it'll be like,
it needs
kind of serious.
Conversations threaded so that you can reply to the, otherwise it just looks like you're replying to all of it and it makes no sense.
Really funny.
So it's a dilemma.
It's a dilemma.
Yeah.
And then I just say, I missed my opportunity to be funny. Now is not the time for a joke. I'm going to let it ride. That's kind of... That happens a lot. And then I'll come in, and then I come back in trying to summarize some things that I missed and acknowledging. I do like to acknowledge. You see how I've done that.
No, that last one was good. That was very professional. Oh, my nostrils are burning right now.
The best is though whenever it's 2 or 3 days later and we're responding back and you're like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
Drew, where have you been? You did
what?
not have.
Were you floating this whole time? Yeah.
Good times.
I legit probably get 500 texts a day. And sometimes I'll think that I'm
are you
down,
saying
but
we're
they're
not the
way
only
below.
ones?
Yeah. Are you cheating on us?
No.
Do you host another podcast with people?
What do they have we don't? Come on.
I mean,
no, you guys are the only
obviously
float-related group text.
Okay, thank you.
Whatever.
Okay.
Just us.
Just a little jealous.
Well, I thought you were going to say it was me because I've definitely been in and out of the conversations and I know exactly what you're talking about, Drew.
Right.
But I noticed I've been a little bit not as involved in threads for the last couple weeks. So I am sorry for that, but I love reading them. They make my day. And I wish Olga would record with us one day.
Yes.
We just need to have all of us on the thread.
I was thinking about that for this episode, and I think last time it's right when she's putting her kids down or something. It lines up terribly, but
we miss you,
completely
Olga.
agree. So who's the one who doesn't have an iPhone? Is it just
somebody
Drew?
doesn't have an iPhone?
No, I have an iPhone.
Oh, you do, Gloria. It would be you. It would be you. Oh, it's Kim. Oh, snap. Okay. This whole time I thought it was Drew. It was anchoring us down.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Nope.
Yeah. Gloria, you have an iPhone?
I have an iPhone and an Android, but I only text you guys on the iPhone.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that drives me bonkers is video is shrunk up into little files, and then you can't reply to a specific message is one other thing. I feel like there's one more thing, but I'm if Drew showed up late, he could respond individually to a couple texts.
Yes.
But Kim's made sure that's not possible.
You're welcome. I get lots of notices that you guys have emphasized things.
Right,
and I'm
right. But it doesn't
what does
tell you
emphasize mean? What is emphasized?
Oh, yeah. I'm an emphasizer. That's also how I try to acknowledge previous things when it's kind of, it's hard to, there's been a few where I go to say something and I'm like, I'm not really sure what to say at this moment. I pass.
Drew loved an image. There was a lot of range on images sent. Which one is he loving here? Interesting. Which one did he thumbs up? Which one did he thumbs down?
I have an idea which one Drew would love and which
Yeah,
ones wouldn't.
same.
Hey, I don't know.
But it
Drew,
really does
did you
happen.
see the meme from today? The frog butt cheeks.
Oh, Lord.
You guys, okay, listen to me. I know I'm the only one who thinks this is funny, but can I just share something personal as long as we're
Just
among
between
friends
us.
here.
Yeah, obviously. This
So,
is off the record.
Everybody probably has heard that my mom has cancer, and we have been waiting on these genetic testing results for like 5 weeks. Okay.
Wait, can I?
Yeah.
This is not the place where I want to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
so I don't feel like that's super public. I mean, I'm not on social media that much. Are you posting about it on social media?
Not a lot, but it's okay.
It is out
It's
there?
okay. Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's I'm only doing like our blog, but some people in the float industry know for sure. But
Okay, yeah.
yes. It's actually better that they do know now because there's a story behind that too. But waiting on these genetic tests have been scary. I mean, it has been tense for 5 weeks. I've been on like pins and needles because basically we found out that we have like 4 relatives in addition to my mom who all died of ovarian cancer. So we just assumed she had this mutation, which would then cause me to have to get the test, and then my daughter could ultimately need the test. So, long story short, not to bring the podcast down, yesterday we found out that she was negative, which is awesome news. Mm-hmm. And I was just over the moon.
Yeah.
So this morning, I had this like emotional release via this frog butt cheek meme. No, I'm like, I know this is why it happened.
It makes complete sense.
Yes.
Like I don't know why it hit me so funny, but I was laughing by myself in bed so hard I couldn't breathe. It was funny. So anyway, I had to share that for you because
the video of you laughing was perfection.
Yeah, that I really enjoyed. I gotta say, the frog meme, it's good. It's fine. It's good.
like you'll never unsee that frog butt.
We will post that. And Kim, please, Kim does show notes live. So frog butt. That's 2 T's.
Frog butt.
Yeah, butt.
I'll let you post the video of me hysterically laughing just to the Snapchat filter because that illustrates how much it was. But anyway, thank you guys for being so supportive, and thank you to all of the people who have reached out from the float community. I really appreciate it.
Nice, cool. That's awesome. Would it be? We can actually cut this part, but you have a carrying bridge out there that's publicly facing. Can we post that link as well for anybody who would want to follow what's going on with you and your mom's health?
Yes, but I will say one thing about the Caring Bridge. For those of you that don't know what Caring Bridge is, it's a platform for people to communicate to their friends and family about a specific, issue that somebody's dealing with, whether it's disease or an accident or something. And please, if you follow it, do not donate, because the platform makes it look like you need to donate to keep the page up, but that's not the case. So if it says anything about donating, don't donate. Okay?
Maybe it's just because my dad grew up in the Depression, but that never occurred to me whatsoever. There was never any
No, but
instinct.
it's a weird thing that the platform does. It's like it very cleverly like sneaks in all of these different prompts to donate. So people like that don't know, they think that they're asking for a donation for my mom or something.
Yeah.
But it's really asking for a donation for the platform, and the platform's wonderful. So if you want to donate to the platform, great, because I'm sure they're a nonprofit. But it's like very cathartic for me to post there, and I've posted probably 65 times in 74 days. Just with every single update. So happy to post that.
It's like a deep dive into a day in the life of Go-Go. Yeah.
Yes. And all
It's not-
things cancer.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's so cool. Like I haven't caught up on all of them, but I pop in and read, posts here and there. But I think what I love to see though is like how your network is supporting you, and how even though it is, yes, it's your mom's cancer journey, but it's also about like there's this beautiful story that's happening if you zoom way out about how important it is to have a support network, and how people are showing up and doing different things, and and how that kind of weaves into it. So it is a little bit of like what it's like to be Gloria, and to see your network in action, and how they're stepping in to help your mom, and just what it's like your relationship with your mom and how important and special that is. So there's something like
my
really
gosh.
beautiful that's happening in there.
Thank you. Thank you. I am emotional listening to that. I'm so blessed, right? We're so blessed to have each other because so many people go through this journey without support.
Yeah.
And it's really something that is so difficult to navigate between like multiple hospital systems and clinics and, organizations that don't talk to each other. But thank you for that. I love you guys. And we're going to get through it. I'm super pumped. We're going to get through it. Like my mom calls me the warden. There's no alternative to getting through. We're going to get through it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
It's wild to know like Erica by first name, it's wild to know people.
The nurse practitioner. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So like so that was a very sensitive and respectful moment. So stepping aside from that is I'm usually in the bathroom when I'm on the phone and I'm reading these things and I catch up and I'm like, what's going on with Gloria? What's going on with Gloria? And it's like kind of a daily refresh. And you do post very frequently, so there's usually an update. And then I use the bidet I installed, which I'm a big proponent of bidets.
Oh,
and
can we
bidets
talk
are the
about
best.
that?
Yes, we do.
What
we
was
do need
the
to talk about
float
bidets.
tour? Wait a second. No, we needed a whole episode on bidets. What was the float center that we toured 2 conferences ago in Milwaukee that had like the bougiest bathroom?
with
Do you
bidet?
remember?
Wait, was it heated?
Yes.
Was it
heated
Float
bidet?
Magic? No, not Float Magic.
No.
Float.
I didn't
Remember-
get to go on
Magic
the tour,
mics.
but I remember hearing all
We
about
almost
it.
missed the bus because I was telling everybody you got to go to the bathroom. I talked about it on the pod. Those are
You did?
legit, you guys. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I forgot what the name of it was. I'm so sorry.
So here's the funny thing. Jocelyn, Float Conference, Jocelyn, and she helps me with Mindful Solutions, was in town the week of Thanksgiving. And so we went out and we were talking about the fact that she went to the restroom in the restaurant where we were. And she's like, oh my God, have you seen this like thing? It is the craziest, fanciest toilet ever. Heated seats, the bidet, everything. And I was like, oh, that's kind of a thing here. There are actually multiple businesses in our town that have there was a period when new businesses were opening and like competing with these fancy bathrooms. And I'm super bummed that we didn't have the foresight to put in electricity, and frog butts.
There's a theme here. There's a theme going on here. Gosh,
didn't have
First
the
person to
foresight
tweet what
to
the theme is gets a free float.
It was
That's
Laura
our show.
Allen's place. What's Laura Allen's place?
Yes. I
What's
can't remember
hers?
the name of her center. I'm sorry.
Gosh, it
But
was so
there-
beautiful.
I wish we would have put electricity right next to the toilet so that we could
Same.
have had the heated,
Same.
fancy throne
Yes.
rather than just a little attachment.
I'm
with
going
the
to
plumbing.
invest in it. I've got to get one.
Yes.
Yep.
Drew, what's your stance on the fancy bidets?
I'm down with them. I like them.
Mr. Talkative. Jeez, slow down.
I've never used one. I don't know, but it sounds
Drew,
awesome.
What?
Drew,
I just blew my mic.
it is a gift. It is a
I'm
pure
sending a
Heard.
bidet to your house.
gift. You've got to get one. You
No,
got to
I would
try.
love to have one.
You got to try.
Yeah.
it.
Sending one to your house. It's happening.
I saw this this Toto, I think it's called. The
Yes, Toto. Yes.
Toto Neo something toilet recently. It's a
Yep.
$50,000 toilet.
Worth
the
it.
thing's insane. And yeah, I don't know. Someday I'd love
I
to
mean,
have
you do
an
the
awesome
math. It's
toilet.
where you spend a third of your life, apparently. So, yeah.
Yeah.
No
But-
way.
You'd have to charge people to use the toilet.
Sorry, Drew. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so I don't know. I like a good toilet. I'm with you guys. Yeah.
Okay, you guys, unless you have something else to move on to next, I want to talk to you about your closure.
Are we done
Wait.
talking about toilets?
I
we
think we
can
I
deep
got nothing
dive.
else on toilets.
So I have a
Into the
friend who
toilet.
went to Japan, like the home of the bidet. And he said that not only were they heated, not only would they play music, but they would then air dry
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
I might never get
Laura
off.
Allen.
Right.
Laura Allen's place air dries. That was part of the whole experience. It was like this whisk of air. It was amazing. It was beautiful.
So this podcast is pro bidet. Drew will catch up.
Pro
Well,
bidet.
Art of the Float is
Yeah.
going to pay for his bidet attachment.
Yes.
So we need to remodel our bathroom. It is so 1997 in our bathroom, and
You're
when we
putting
remodel
a
that,
throne.
I will pipe hot water into to our toilet so that we can get warm because, a cold blast. You have to. There's some psychological build up to that you shouldn't have to face. It's not a cold plunge, So anyway, that's.
I don't know
nice.
if this counts, but sometimes when I'm in the shower, I'll take the shower and I'll. Never mind.
We should cut that out. Yeah.
We should
Anyways,
probably edit that.
Pokemon New Edition is
Or
out,
not.
and its sales are fantastic. I don't know. So yeah, we cut out that part. What was I gonna say? So then I come out, and I'm like, so that's when I come out, and I'm like, Sandra, this is the update on Gloria and her mom. This was going on, and it was so nice. The latest update to come out. It was right before dinner, and just to talk about it with the family. That some real positive news. It was sweet. Yeah.
Okay, one other thing that I
Yeah.
have to close with that because you just brought us back to it. I thought we moved on from it.
We never left.
So listen, you guys. In the heat of this waiting game, I started to panic, all right? And I got my hands on this thing called a Gallery Grail test. It is a multi-cancer early detection test. It tests for 350 tumor markers, active tumor markers. So basically, you take this test. It's a blood test. I had to go to Quest Labs where they treat you like a criminal because most of what they do is drug test, apparently.
Right.
I took the test. I'm waiting still. I think it's another week before I get results. But basically, this is going to tell me if there's any tumor markers running around in my body right now. So it's a very scary test. It's not a DNA test. So I'm like, gosh, if I would have known her results were negative, I probably wouldn't have taken that test. Now I'm still on pins and needles. So I'm not out of the woods in terms of my worry, but one of the boulders has been lifted. So I'll keep you posted. I'll give an update on the next pod, which will be, I guess, a few weeks from now.
2023.
Next
Yeah.
year, not for another year.
Yeah.
Next year.
But, so
Jeez.
wish me luck on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel
luck.
good.
It's-
I'm the
it's
only
such
one
a-
who hasn't been sick, by the way, in my whole family.
Yeah.
It's like the flu is going around. Have you guys been sick?
My
Yeah.
entire house is
I'm
sick,
sick
except
right
me
now.
right now.
Yeah. Influenza A is running rampant around here.
My whole family, and the only reason I'm not coming across as sick is because I'm in party mode. Yeah.
You're sanitizing,
guys are weak.
right?
Yes.
You guys are weak. If we were survival of the fit, you wouldn't be surviving so well then.
Oh, a long time ago. That's never been a question to me. Without technology, if thumbs or whatever it was that advanced us, I would have been shrugged off a long time ago. I have nothing to offer the community. No, this is not my strength.
My daughter.
I'm the
ended up
little.
coming home with, go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
I
finish.
think it's called a pilot. No, maybe not a pilot fish. They're basically organisms that survive based off other organisms living, like the whale shark, and I'm one of those. There's. I know my place. It's okay. I've come to peace with it.
You are so much more than that, Dylan. You are so much
That's
more.
kind. And with
But-
that being said, the pilot fish and the lamprey eel or whatever, they have their place too. There's no disrespect to those animals. I get it.
That makes me wonder,
Anyway.
if each of you were a fish, what would you be? We know Dylan's
Hot
now.
topic. Everybody wants to know. A fish.
It's easy.
Oh, Drew says
What do you,
easy.
What do you, Drew?
Yeah, easy for me. I'd be Flipper, a porpoise. I'd be a porpoise having fun, maybe rescuing a kid from a shark and beating the bully back and getting rid of the bully, and then
He's not
jumping
just
in
a
and out of
species.
waves.
He's a very specific.
Yeah, I'd
I
be a
wanna
good
be a
dolphin. I'd be a good dolphin. I think
I'm gonna be
people
your
would love
shark.
me.
Gloria's a shark, never sleeps. Yeah.
I like that. I think that'd be
Smell
cool to be a
blood.
shark. Yeah.
And Kim,
Yeah.
silence your phones, guys. We've been recording for years now. Silence your phones.
That's
Don't
not
do
me.
it on, don't
Not
do it on
me.
the visual. Do
It's
it
you,
quietly.
Dylan. It's
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
That sounded like an iPhone to me. So, but
Drew just got called out.
Oh, it's not me.
So, okay,
I don't even
right.
look at your text.
Nobody.
I have no rings on anything. I don't
Yeah,
look at
fair
anything.
enough. Actually, Drew, that's a very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe you. And Gloria just looks at her phone.
I'm making sure it's not me.
Yeah.
It's definitely
3 phones. You don't know which phone it is.
true, but I don't think it's me. Seriously.
sorry to all of our listeners.
I know this is not entertaining. To
Okay,
anybody else, but
I
this is
just
what it looks
thought
like.
about poor Olga. Like, she produces this show. She tries to put some gates around us so that we
yeah.
aren't wild. We've talked about toilets. We've talked about frog butts. We've talked about cancer. We've talked about what else?
We got to get to religion next, and then politics.
Yes.
Yeah, and,
Oh,
then
gosh.
we'll
Truly.
promptly shut down the show.
She is going to be completely mortified. We love you, Olga. Sorry.
She tries so hard.
I know she
and It's
does.
bad
It's
because
very
sometimes
admirable.
she tries to wrangle us, and she's like, "I can't." She's never said I can't do this, but like it clearly affects her. That like,
Yeah.
yeah.
God, she
Yeah.
hates us.
No. She doesn't hate us. It's just she's just
She
disappointed.
wants to. Oh,
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
we show signs of promise when we get started that it's going to stay on track, and then it just goes off the rails. And so
I mean, I feel like we have a good excuse tonight. Like, do we have a topic this evening?
us.
Oh, that's right. It was flooring.
This is us.
Shoot. Yes. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wait.
you guys, I just
So-
replaced my floor. I can talk about this.
No, please.
No.
This is our
Well,
last
I'm not
episode.
gonna
Beautiful, Gloria.
Okay, but wait.
Oh, yeah,
I
it is
did,
beautiful. Yeah. Didn't
I
you already
did
talk about
ask.
that?
No. I text you guys, but listen, this flooring killed me because I started it October 1st. And it was supposed to be like 9 days max that I was going to be closed in Chicago, my busiest location. And it took a month. A month we were closed.
Oh.
It was a month. Yeah. Now we did a bunch of other stuff too. So,
Okay.
But like the cost of the floor plus the cost of the loss in revenue, like, oh my gosh, it hurt. But now it's beautiful. I feel like it's brand new. I'm so
Where-
glad that we did it.
Are you floating the like? Where's that money coming? I'm sorry if this is like too personal, but like, where's that money coming from?
Well,
To, like,
I mean,
to be closed for a month and
yeah. Well,
Gloria's
I
package.
thought you were writing a check, Dylan.
part of the float, backing
Yeah,
you up.
I mean,
always.
come on.
Right.
Part of the
No.
float check is coming
No.
soon.
No, I mean, thank goodness, though, to your point, thank goodness we have a little bit of reserves because, yeah, I mean, it's tough to
Okay.
survive that. Now, luckily, I'll tell you what, this is a shout out to Matt Phillips because
Nice.
in September, we did an end of summer sale. And so we ramped up. We did a ton of sales in September, which was very unusual. So that basically covered what we lost. So it was kind of a wash. But yeah, I mean, you do have to plan for this. So, okay, Art of the Float podcast about running float centers, advice, right? Definitely try to have a little emergency fund because stuff like this happens, right?
Try to make
and I
more
know
money
you
than
just
lose. Yeah.
yeah, try to make more money than you lose for sure.
Smart.
But Dylan, didn't you have something similar where you had to close because you were replacing the tank? I know, Kim, you had another flood. Like, what is happening?
It's just what happens.
I touch my face when I'm feeling.
Should we not talk about that? Let's just not. Oh, okay. I'm going on mute.
Lola doesn't want to. Yeah.
As my youngest daughter told me recently, she said, "Did you try harder?" Great strategy. I have not tried harder. You're right.
You should try harder.
I need to try harder.
If only it was that easy, huh?
Well, if only I had tried harder. True.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, like buzzkill. We had a crazy flood at the Shopee from an upstairs Man, I'm not even sure how much I should talk about it because of potential legality stuff and insurance coverage and yada yada. But
Don't
I'll just
talk
say
about
that
it at all. Then
yeah, well, we had a
Stuff
flood.
happened.
Insurance
It was
is taking care of a lot, and our whole downstairs float center has been scooped out. So everything is gone. The tank is in storage, and it's weird. And now it's much easier now having other people do it. I do a lot of my own work. Like it's a lot of I love throwing up sheetrock, running electrical, installing anything. Like I throw it at me, I'm good. But it's been nice having other people do it. It's less stressful because of time management. But now it's the weirdest thing. People you hire to do a job not wanting to do their job. And me needing, like literally this just happened a couple days ago. I woke up at 6:20 in the morning, Pacific Standard, and drove downtown. So we live pretty far away from the shop now. I drove downtown, was there early. They showed up late. They finally show up. I let them in, walk them through everything that needs to get done, get the thumbs up. Cool. I drive home. Literally as I'm driving to park, like on my home street, I get a phone call from Sandra saying, you got to talk to these guys. Something's going on. They're not going to do the job today. I get a hold of them. I talk to them. I'm still sitting in my car. And they're like, the lead guy who's not there is saying, yeah, they can't do this install. There, this issue, that issue. Great. I'm going to send you some specific pictures and I'll highlight things and show you exactly what needs to be done. I drive all the way back now. Really, are we cussing on this episode? Some really effing shitty traffic all the way in. And I get there and these individuals do not want to do some work where I ended up saying, I can do this right now. Do you want me to do this? Great, the sheetrock is here. Like, let me do this. I'm fine. I know how to lay this stuff. I'm good. And they're like, no, it can't be done. But then once I started saying I'll do it, they're like, well, yeah, I mean, we could do that. We could do that. I was like, so then I get a text from our manager hours later saying they're doing the work. Nobody's talking and they all look sad. And I hadn't said anything to our manager about them. It was like, what is happening here? I don't even understand what's going on. It's very confusing to me. So that is just a tiny slice of what's going on. But other things are like just dealing with, I mean, insurance wants you to take care of everything, which makes sense. But like tons of reaching out to different contractors and rebuilding a float room, and in addition to that, ceilings and walls and all this other crazy stuff that has like put a brief strain on Sandra and I too, which sucks. Like we have a good thing going, things are good, and then this coming in is like it's tough, and it really like puts a magnifying glass or a electron microscope to your relationship and how you communicate and who's in charge of what and who's going to communicate to who, and then it's like F&A, Cotton, this is difficult again, and then now we're at a point where it's like, okay, things are moving forward and it's all on track. But wow, I've been talking way too long. I rambled for way too long, but I'm glad you brought that up, and that's the update from the shop.
Isn't it amazing how much you learn about, you mentioned the relationships. It's amazing. Damn that dog.
Oh, they only bark when you're talking.
I know.
Only
I know.
bark.
She
Only.
just wants to be a host. That's all. But isn't it amazing how she wants me to shoot these treats at her? These relationship trials that come through.
We are this close to getting a podcast award, Gloria. We're this close. For editing and mixing. We're so close. Just get us. Just come on.
Mute.
No, she actually muted herself. I kid. We're not anywhere near.
I know. So if you're gonna fire me, do it now so I can have time to heal.
I'll wait till Christmas. You're fired. Yeah.
But all kidding aside, I do think that these projects are so taxing. Like, you have no idea the spiral that happens when you start ripping something out and something else needs to be ripped out.
Yeah, that's exactly what's
It's like this this onion, you just keep peeling back these layers and you're finding more water and salt, and
Yes,
it's
exactly.
just, it's insane. So yeah, I feel for you, man. I just
story.
can't believe you were going through that at the same time. So it'll
Dylan,
pass.
while we're talking about this, can I ask, when you're shut down like that, does the insurance company give you like the equivalent of your average daily rate of income that you lose for that?
So I got to say, our insurance company has been amazing.
And what type of insurance do you have?
I don't even want to name. I'm sorry,
Really?
not until later. Like later, I will. But like at this point, it just feels a little like I shouldn't be. I don't know, but
got you.
Our insurance.
You can tell me off air.
Off air, and also later in a later recording. I'm totally happy to talk about it once the doors are closed. But it just seems odd to talk about it right now. And that allows me more like ability to just be honest about what's going on too. So they've been taking care of us, and there are math equations, and we send information on our revenue, and of course COVID it makes everything weird, but they're doing a nice job of giving us a sum of money that allows us to pay our employees too. And so like I won't get into details, but
you're very lucky.
Really nice.
You're very lucky, because
I hear the horror stories.
That is not always the case because of this mathematical equation that they use based on the previous year.
It's brutal.
Unless you've been in business for multiple years, if it happens to you early on, like it did for us in our South Loop location, we couldn't get anything back when we were closed. It was a joke. I was insulted by how much they were giving back when we were closed for 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Due to the, the civil unrest and the guy coming through our place with a baseball bat when we lost everything. It was very difficult to recoup that. So you were lucky, Dylan.
Cool.
That's really good.
Yeah. And I got to say, like, I also, like, as much as it's like, oh, yay, insurance will cover financially, it's like, I don't want my customers not to be able to float. Like, this is a sacred space. Like, I want to be able to provide this. And so I don't want to be closed for very long. So I've been fighting, and we have been fighting to make sure that we're open as much as possible. So we have less staff on hand. Still, people are paid. And we're floating people, even though we're down a float tank, and we're closed when we have to be, but open when we can be. And we push it. Yeah. Awesome. When did we start moving to Art of the Float topics? When did this happen? What? Okay. I thought we were talking about bidets. I still wasn't done talking about my passion for bidets. But where are you guys at?
Do any bidets have aromatherapy too? Because I feel like that's like a natural fit.
Yeah, we add a few drops of
poopery.
Dang, I can't think of there's one that like they say like sanitizes things and everything. I can't think of what it is called right now. But
tea tree?
Yeah. It's not tea tree, but yeah, tea tree sounds nice. But you got to be careful. Yeah, there's some sensitive areas. There's definitely some essential oils you don't want to use.
Oh, don't put that on you. Like, don't put
peppermint.
Tea tree.
Peppermint. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. The flow has stopped.
So I got a Speed Queen. We've talked about Speed Queens before. I spent 7 hours over Thanksgiving putting a Speed Queen in, only to find out that it's like too powerful for my pipes when it rinses. So the water discharge goes all over the place. And it's been a nightmare to deal with. And it turns out I got the wrong one anyway. That's what I've figured out. Whoa. So I pulled out my back because I've had to use buckets, like a trash bucket. And I went awkwardly to lift up a bucket with water in it, and it was way heavier than I thought. So then I threw out my back. I can barely breathe right now. Yeah, and then I'm thinking, I love that I'm spending so much time learning about washer machines and where the water goes and pipes, and I'm looking at my wall getting ready to have to rip it out, and I'm like begging the sales guy, there's got to be something. You can't tell me I'm the first one who comes across this. There's no washing machine company that has a fix for this. And there's not. I'm like, these people, there's got to be something. And there's not. And the alternative is to like rip out my wall and put in bigger pipes. I'm like, not a fun alternative.
That's crazy.
I'm glad of all the discharge issues that you've brought up, I'm glad. This one seems like less of an issue. And I'm happy to hear that.
This is less of a drip than the other one.
Yeah, exactly. Takes less time to take care of.
And Kim, while we're ripping off Band-Aids, Kim, didn't you have another flood?
Well, okay, so my dryer died. We had that, and then I had to replace it. And then you couldn't turn off the stupid buzzer at the end of the cycle, and we had to figure out how to hack the machine to turn off the buzzer, which we did. Yay. And then, yes, we started flooding again. But this is a new one because we finally solved our flooding issues. So we thought, but it's like every time we find one flood issue and fix it, then something else comes up. But this one, there was apparently something blocking somewhere between the city sewer line and our building going out. We noticed one day that we couldn't, like the toilet wouldn't flush. And so we were like, well, the team was trying to plunge it like crazy. I was headed up to the center, and then I got a message saying, hey, the shower in suite 1 won't drain. I'm like, oh, okay, so this is definitely not just a toilet issue then. And it took probably, 5 days or so. We had to block off part of our schedule. We could still operate, but we didn't want to overwhelm the system with like all of the laundry, all of the showers, all of that if we were at full capacity. So I had to block off 65% of my schedule for a few days. And
insurance doesn't take care of that.
Insurance doesn't care about that one. But whatever it was, they finally found some random blockage. And we're all good again. Happy ending.
Hey, congratulations.
Nice. Happy endings are always good.
Yeah. We'll see if it stays.
So I guess we're moving on from talking about our float centers.
I think we're done with
Great.
float centers. It's way more fun to talk about other things.
I gotta say, I miss having time off during the holidays. If there's one thing I miss from working a 9 to 5, is that the old float center requires a lot of attention, and like around the holidays is when it really becomes truncated and dense.
I blocked off the week of Thanksgiving. I blocked off the week of Christmas and after, and yet stuff just keeps coming in, and it's stuff that I can't be like, no, this is gonna wait. This is gonna wait.
All right.
Some of it's good problems to have. Some of it is just like, I'm with you on that. And for us, Graham and I have always lived away from our family. For the first half of our marriage, we lived away from everybody. And so we would travel for the holidays, which makes it like so much easier to just shut out the rest of the world and be there. And like we would go stay at his mom's house for like a week and have, the whole family there and just have this absolutely magical time and not worry about work and drink too much bourbon and eat too much pie and have just a really great time. And now we moved here, and we've been here for 10 years now, which is like the first time I've ever lived anywhere for 10 years, and we noticed like all of a sudden our holidays are like these like quick things, and like we do it, and we come back home, and we don't get as much time with the family, and then we've got stuff to do. I spent most of my weekend for Thanksgiving like either at the shop or dealing with other projects that I volunteered for. And I take full ownership of that, but I had that moment where I was like, I kind of miss having like time off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Like
maybe one day.
Gloria, you're muted. I hear you talking.
Yeah.
I said there is no such thing.
Yeah, there's not.
There really isn't. Because when you're not physically, but you're mentally working.
It's
like
yours.
how many times have you gone through a day without thinking about how you're going to do this or how you're going to do that or how this campaign should run? I mean, it's just a constant thing.
Not to mention that the holidays
we chose.
It's not the life we chose. It's not for everyone.
Time. Yeah.
There's that dumb joke everybody says. It's like you start your own business, you can choose whatever 80 hours you work a week or so, whatever number of hours.
Yeah, yes. Right.
It's super dumb, but it's like, you kind of hit home there. It's pretty accurate.
Can I tell you guys, though, when I was at the shop on Thanksgiving, nobody was calling, nobody was coming in. I was playing my music that I don't normally play there and doing my thing, and I was enjoying it. Right? Like those moments where I knew no one was coming in. I didn't have to worry about the phone. It's Thanksgiving. Like no one's stopping by. I had no floats. I was fixing stuff and walking around my business, and I actually was like kind of feeling nostalgic about it. You know, just hit 5 years, and I'm trying to sell, and I had this moment about. It was more of a positive moment than a negative one for sure, and it made me happy. And I just want to point out the fact that there's a lot of happy times
There are.
owning your own flow center.
You're right. That's very true.
You know, it's funny, Drew, because like I've been spending a lot more time at the center, and part of it is to be there to like, connect with my team. Part of it is, you know, prepping for the holidays and making sure we have our, like we do holiday gift boxes and, you know, a big focus on our retail during the holidays. And I've made some improvements around the shop and all kinds of just little things. But like, I love being there. I love the feeling of being there, and I love getting to connect with the team when I'm there and just see what's happening in their lives and actually talk to our guests again, you know, and the same folks that were there, you know, back in our early days are still coming in, and to get to talk to those people. And then coming up for the holidays, we're actually doing double coverage shifts. And so we're running typically we run pretty lean, where we've got somebody on the AM shift and then we have a PM, and they overlap for about 45 minutes. Coming up on the weekends throughout the month of December and the full week of December, we run a mid shift, and Graham and I are going to be there on some of them. We're alternating days, and then some days we have, you know, a third team member going to be there for those. And I'm actually like really looking forward to it, to be there in my uniform and just working the desk, you know, and talking to people and getting to enjoy it. And especially we bought this new thing called the Drift. Have you guys seen these?
No.
The Drift, it's a sandscape. I'm sure you've seen it, but
yes.
Homedics makes it. It's the like magnetic thing, and it has LED lights that can change colors, and
Send us a
creates all
picture.
these crazy patterns. Oh my god,
Send us a
I love
picture.
it.
Oh, it's kind of like the Sisyphus.
Yes. Whatever that thing is, that's so out of my budget.
Wait, it's the Drift?
Homedics makes a smaller model called the Drift. They've got a like 16-inch and a 21-inch. And I just bought the smaller one. It came in, and I set it up last night, and I'm so obsessed. I went back to the shop tonight, and if I'm being really honest, I just went back so I could play with it again.
Nice. Okay.
All right, I'm checking it out right now.
It's so cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, kinetic art. Yeah.
And they're on sale.
They're on sale right now, so grab one if you can. I had to like rearrange everything in my lounge to make space for this. And
How big are they?
Make it work. It's only 16 inches, but like we have a lot of stuff. We try to get people to sit after their service.
Oh, nice.
Like, and I've run some numbers on it before, and the people who sit and have tea and just reflect in the lounge for a few minutes are typically the people who are going to come back. If they just zip out the door, they don't come back. And there's a strong correlation there. And so I want people to veg in the lounge and just sit for a few minutes, reflect on their experience, and like, what can we do to draw them in?
So you think
and
it's
in a way
causation.
that they're not picking up their stupid phones, and other than posting on social media about how awesome we are, but you know, to get them to like just sit for a minute. And this thing draws you in big time. I can't get it on my coffee table though, because it requires an outlet, and I don't want like the cord to trip people getting there. So I'm trying to figure out that part, but it's on a little side
you got to
table
drill into your
now,
cement,
but,
run that electrical.
Yeah, you know, I thought about it.
Yep.
I'm sure it's only like $20,000.
You have the black or the cream?
I got the cream.
You have the 16 inch, not the 21 inch?
Yeah,
I'm on Google.
I got the 16. So if you're listening to the show, go hurry. Like, you know, it's gorgeous. And like my team's had a great time. It's got an app where you can manually control it and select the pattern, tell it to rotate through patterns. You can change the brightness, the color, but it also has playlists that you can download, and it creates all these different shapes, including some holiday things, which are really cool. Like you can have it set up and do like stockings or a menorah or like all of these like really specific shapes if you want it to do that. But it's so fun. I want one on my desk right here.
I'm buying one right now.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I'm with you, Gloria. I'm about to buy one of these things.
Click.
I need to call these guys and tell them to come to the conference next year, because
For
nice.
sure.
It is a perfect fit for every lounge out there. And it's one of those things that like if I bought it personally, I don't know how often I would actually use it. But in the center, it is like, and honestly, like I would be obsessed with it for the first little while. Absolutely. But in the center, it is something that is just like, it's going to draw people in. And I'm so excited about that.
I know we've been talking about the holidays this whole time, but can I just extend it a little bit further? I hate to stay on theme.
I want to talk about...
but not our float centers. This is supposed to be not our float center.
We're not going to talk about the powder keg strategy either. Sorry, Jonathan, if you're listening. Let's just not talk about sales and all that. Is that where you were going?
No, I was talking about what you guys wanted for Christmas. Like, what does a spouse get you for Christmas?
Oh, God. A trip somewhere.
Oh, an experience. Yes.
I'm all about the experience. I'm so done with stuff. I don't want anything. I want the clutter out. That is a nice achievement that you've arrived. I just want my house clear and minimal and no clutter. I've been seriously decluttering my life. And so I don't want stuff at all. Maybe socks. I love socks.
Okay.
I love socks.
Bomba socks. Have you tried those yet? I just got some of those.
You got to go.
No. You'll never wear anything else. They are my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
I treat them like gold. They are like special, because they're expensive. Mm-hmm. But there's a charitable component to those, and I love them. They're the best.
Love it.
So, yes. Do you guys want to do a holiday exchange? Like a white elephant type of thing?
I love the opposite reactions there.
Something to be responsible for. Oh, God.
Let's do it. How about this? How about if we send each other 3 books?
Books?
We don't send, we each send each other 1 book.
Yes. We buy 3 copies of a book and send 1 to each person.
Books of what?
Or buy a book for that person.
Okay, I tell you what. How about if true white elephant style, we do some RNG app on some browser. We each come up with somebody needs to get something for somebody else, Secret Santa style, and
somebody just cracked one open.
Yeah, I don't know what you just said, Dylan.
Yeah, I said a lot of things that made no sense.
RNG something?
It was an artificial intelligence generated sentence. It had no actual substance. So what? Wait, I'm sorry. You said white elephant? Listen, I'm already in 2 groups.
That's a bit, by the way. That's a bit.
Is you saying to me?
It was on
I'm
Howard
do it off
Stern.
Air, too.
It was on Howard Stern or something. I have to find the bit. It's the funniest bit. I have to send that to you. Okay, bookmark that, Kim. I'm going to put that in the show notes. Okay, so what, I was thinking let's do something meaningful, No? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm too serious.
I love it.
I think it needs to be centered around the same topic as our show tonight. So,
Dylan, do you want to share with the team what I told you I wanted in terms of your support as I'm going through this hard time with my mom?
I thought that was a joke. Is that really what you requested?
Yeah,
I will say my wife gave a full thumbs up. She was like, if that's what Gloria needs.
No, you guys, when this conversation was going on, I was watching a movie with my daughter. We were watching it on my phone. Yes, that's right. That's why I didn't respond.
I just thought it was so funny because Dylan's so serious. And he's like, would you like us just to be quiet?
So, wait, real quick. You were talking about there's a date coming up that's very serious.
December 12th. December 12th, okay. My mom is having a major surgery at the University of Chicago. I will be staying overnight with her in the hospital for the whole week, or hopefully not the whole week. And so Dylan reads my Caring Bridge. I don't even know who's reading these, right? I just post it there, and Dylan sends me this very serious text one-on-one. He's like, oh, Gloria, I just want to make sure we're supporting you in the way that we can. And what can we do? Do you want us to just be quiet? Is there anything you need from us? And my answer was...
I'm not answering that.
All right, we'll just let people wonder.
We have to put a warning on this episode now.
Well, let's just skip
Dylan
it.
has one locked and loaded, though. I do.
Fair.
I want to see it. I do want to see it.
It's the image.
Wait, what?
It's the image that no woman ever wants to open her phone and get without a request.
Except for
that.
me.
Unless their mom is going through a major surgery, then the floodgates. And anybody can send Gloria an image. That's,
No, oh gosh,
fits that definition.
don't say that.
You don't want to give out your phone number publicly? Okay.
But
So it-
thank you. I look forward to.
Oh, you got it.
my
It's
God.
coming. It's coming. It reminded me of my youth, where I had probably equally as big of an ego, but less self-awareness around it. And I took some photos of myself, maybe not that
my.
specific, but just of myself that were pretty
I'll tell you what.
embarrassing. Pretty embarrassing.
I'll tell you what.
If only because it's like, wow, what a cheesy, like, that fool.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
childish fool.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Instead of that, I will take all
No,
the.
whoa! Listen, I have it queued up in
he's got
buffer
plans.
already.
There's
My
their
whole
schedule.
solutions
I
already
don't want
has
to.
it
I don't want to
queued.
offend anyone. So I'm going to change my answer. Is I officially need frog butts. Frog butts. It is frog butt cheeks. That's it.
If you zoom in close enough on a few of my photos, I'm pretty sure you can't tell the difference.
Dylan, let us be the judge.
We'll be the judge of that.
Fair enough. December 12th. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm
I will
definitely going to
say-
be able to need some humor that day, you guys. So
All right. Well, it's incoming, baby. It's incoming. I did some trudging through some old files, and I found exactly the photo that I thought that I still had. And it is just as bad as I thought it was, and it is headed your way.
solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Our way.
Not as solid as you
Our
might
way.
hope, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That goes in the group text. Olga, get ready because
Oh,
it's coming.
Olga.
Oh, I was only going to send that to Gloria. But.
Oh no! Nope.
Oh, no.
We've put in our time. It's
yeah.
been
No,
together
no,
for
no.
4 years.
If I,
We all deserve that.
It has not been 4 years.
It's,
It's
this
been
is our
2 years.
fourth. No, we've been. Oh,
Oh, Gloria. Is this me?
I had to share it. La 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 la. Okay, sorry.
I think we have to talk over it to get around the takedown notices. Although, actually, at this point, if this episode gets taken down, I'm pretty okay with it. And it's not a sponsored episode, so I'm really good.
That would be kind of bad boy of us to get taken down.
Yeah,
Playing Dominic
this
the
business podcast. It's so edgy.
He honk.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Hey.
Dominic
Isn't it great?
the donkey.
Easy now.
I have such crazy fond memories of that. Like those old school record players that are like wood consoles almost.
Dude, you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm old.
Yes.
I know. Like
No,
this
no,
is
no,
from
no.
the
I
70s.
love the shit. Like,
Yeah,
yes,
it's like
go on.
it's like a coffee table, not a coffee table, but like a console table. And I remember all the little 45s and the records in there, and yeah.
that song, huh?
I don't want to, I don't know if I've talked about my obsession with hi-fi audio on this podcast before, but it is a major component of my life. And I recently, I'm not going to go into the details, but I made some major changes to my audio system that were an upgrade. And with that being said, when I put on a vinyl, like a well-made vinyl, well-produced and well-recorded and mixed, it destroys anything I can play on
Really?
my sound system. The vinyl, and I know people are like, oh yeah, I love the cracks and the pops and this nostalgia on the physical media. Yeah, that if you don't clean your vinyl, that's awesome. That's great. And yes, I think there's something to putting your vinyl on the table and needing to flip it. Absolutely. With that being said, oh my goodness, Gloria!
This is why you need YouTube.
Let me be your
Watch us on
secret
YouTube.
Santa. Oh my goodness, what is this? Tapes?
Look at that.
Whoa! Van Halen, Pearl Jam.
And wait a
No,
minute,
what's
you
in
guys.
there?
Step Aerobics Reebok, yes. She did not get up to go anywhere to get that. It was right there beside her,
right here.
handy.
It's right here.
Like,
What do you play it on?
Yeah, do you have a cassette player?
Let's see that.
So this is
You got a
all,
boombox?
I've been
Reel to
purging
reel.
stuff at my mom's, and my mom, like, I'm an only child, so my mom's house was like a museum to me. Wow. I mean, I found like old love letters and mixtapes from ex-boyfriends. Weird.
Oh,
I'm
the
like, Mom.
mixtape, what kind of songs?
That's kind of fun.
Damn.
That's kind of fun.
How were they trying to woo you?
What
What
were
was
we
it?
listening to? Yeah.
There was a lot of Matthew Sweet. Remember Matthew Sweet? Oh, you got to look him up. I
before my
don't know.
time.
Anyway, but yeah, so it was like purging. But these I've actually had. But just to tell you how old I am, back in 1985, I was 15 or going to be 15. And I was teaching aerobics illegally because I was supposed to be 16.
I was,
Yeah, but I was so into like doing this with the leg warmers and the headbands.
God, seriously?
I know, Lola. I know.
No, not
she
the dog.
loves
I
it.
mean, yes, also
I
the
know.
dog.
Yeah,
But the leg
this is
warmers.
how long ago that was. I used to use 45s, and I would have 7 of them, and I'd switch after every song as I was instructing.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love it.
That's how old I am. Yeah, but anyway, I'm
We
going
need a
to.
before internet podcast. I
Right?
can't believe how different the world was before the internet, and like we just take it for granted. It's crazy.
it's pretty wild.
Look for that in
is.
2023. That's our other podcast we don't get paid for. It's gonna be great.
So, my husband is getting ready to release another album, and they're putting it on vinyl.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
Hell
nice.
Yeah, like we've paid so much money on CDs for the past many years, and nobody does CDs anymore. So we stopped doing CDs with the last album, but the next one is coming out on vinyl. So
So who's mastering?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Whoa!
yeah.
Wait, no!
I
Before
don't
we
know
get there,
if they've officially landed on the name yet. They finished recording. We're waiting on all the masters and all of that. So Chet Roberts from Three Doors Down is his producer, and so they finished recording in October-ish, and then all of the final songs are finally coming in. So they split it into 2 different ones. They're releasing like one song at a time, though. So
Kim, I'm
He is
sorry.
a
I think
rock
you
star.
dropped this name.
He's a rock star.
Do you need that
He is.
back?
I mean, yeah. Well, but there's only some people. Like, you have to be of a certain age to recognize who that is and to even care. Like,
Can you
yeah,
put the
but-
link to his? Is he like on Spotify and everything? Can we?
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
link that
Yeah.
in the show notes?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Olga
let me
just
tell you,
rejected us, by the way.
It made
hell
his
no.
day. We went to pick up coffee the other day, and as we're driving through the drive-thru, there's a new coffee place in town called Seven Brew, and their whole thing is like, there's like 3 lanes, and their people stand outside and talk to you, and they are the friendliest people ever. And their whole company strategy is about kindness, and I freaking love it. But we pull up, and this young girl is like 16, and Graham and I had just left the center, and she's like, as soon as he rolls down the window, "Whoa, you look like a rock star." And let me tell you, my husband's head just went boop, 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 boop. And yeah, he was
What's
just
the
like,
name of the coffee shop? That sounds so cool.
Seven Brew. Yeah,
It sounds
it's a
like
new
that Dutch Bro.
franchise.
Brewing.
Yeah, it's
Seven Brew. I'm gonna
yeah,
check that out.
It's a fairly new
is it-
franchise, and the guy here is like
Oh, it's a franchise.
super young, who started it in our area, and they've been really, really cool. The coffee was awesome, and they're kind of popping up everywhere now. But I love their company mission and like what they stand for, for doing like this whole coffee thing. But they had loud music going, and it was just like really fun in a drive-through environment.
Yeah, this is kind of like
Yeah.
Dutch Bros. If you guys are familiar with that concept, it's a really cool brand. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a whole experience. I love it. I'm looking at it right now. Very cool.
Nice.
Well, way to go, Graham. Like
Yeah.
getting the looks, that rock star.
Is it
Rockstar.
officially in the manifesto that the wife's job is to not let the husband's ego get too big? Is that in there?
It has to be. It has
my
to be.
buddy
Oh, I
was,
gave up.
You,
Yeah, no.
It's kind of true.
you're breaking the contract.
Yeah.
I hear about this a lot of the wives just be like, good good God, this man. My job is to tamper this thing down.
You know, like, I am 100% on board and support and, like, encourage all of it. But it's when somebody looks at him and says, you look like a rock star, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
He's levitating
What happened to the
out
jacket
of the chair.
I bought you? Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Are you not also looking like a rock star?
Yeah.
Are you not?
You know, it's a weird thing. I am not always looking like a groupie. I played that part
great.
for many, many, many years.
Did you now?
Yeah.
Maybe I need to go
it
back
was-
on your Facebook profile.
Yeah.
Check that out.
There's some photos in there. But I'll send you some. He's got a show coming up on the 30th. I think we've got like 3 tickets left, and it's almost sold out. And
Nice.
it's going to be a super fun one. But I'm sure there will be some pictures of like groupies in there that are not me. I like to take pictures of his groupies.
Yeah,
now.
right. You're front
And-
row.
Yeah. Oh,
Front row like this.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. it's cute. I've been to shows before where like there have been women who are like, "Oh my god, that singer! Like he is so hot," and I'm literally standing behind them, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, it's cute."
He doesn't
It's-
fold his laundry. You don't even know.
He leaves socks on the floor everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
I would.
So
say
has
I
he
love you,
officially
hubby.
signed up for Float Conference
Yeah.
2023? Is he performing?
Not officially, but we're gonna try.
Hell yeah, you should try.
So,
Make it happen.
yeah.
Make it happen. I'd love.
Yeah.
I would love to see that show. Like just as
oh Lord.
like I would just want to see it.
He's such an incredible showman. He really is. Like, and to meet, it's funny because to meet the Graham who's with me at Float Conference, like he's quiet and reserved at FloatCon and lets me do my thing, and which is a very weird like kind of role reversal, honestly.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
I'm always in the limelight for like businessy stuff, but I don't like the attention. I hate being in the spotlight for anything.
That's why you joined the
I do
podcast.
it-
Oh, we'll make a
Yeah,
we'll make a
right,
note of
right,
that
right.
and make
Yeah.
sure we make
Hate
you
it.
extremely uncomfortable as often as we
Eyeliner. Yeah, you just
can.
hate being
Yes.
seen. It's very clear. Yeah.
But he loves it, and it's always weird for me at FloatCon to see him being like quiet and kind of stepping back and like going to bed early and all of that. When that's, but you put that man on stage and
So does he talk about
get
that?
ready.
Like, does he talk about like, yeah, I love this. This gives me something
Oh,
that
yeah.
fills me up.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so he's totally
Yeah.
at peace with it. It's not like a secret
Oh,
or
yeah.
anything.
yeah, no,
Interesting.
no.
Interesting.
He loves it, and he's worked so hard to get where he is, and he's
Yeah.
still working hard to get even further in his career and
Yeah.
to get the recognition that he deserves. He's I'm proud of him.
Well, I'll be his number one groupie at the show. I'll be.
Yeah.
Dylan, you can be his groupie. I'll be his roadie. If he
Yeah,
needs a roadie,
yeah.
Kim, I have a
Yeah.
cool bandana I can wear,
There you
and
go.
I have some tight jeans.
His
I don't.
I'll
Dang
do some
it! I don't have any
equipment.
tight
Uh-oh.
jeans. Were we
You need
recording?
some
Is that
tight
full
jeans.
circle? Yeah.
just wear your like flares, like you'll be fine.
Yeah, my boot cut.
Yeah. Yeah, your boot cuts are gonna be good.
The dad look.
I do think touring and all that
No
is
dad
such a cool
jeans.
thing, and yeah. And I would volunteer to be behind the scenes too. That sounds awesome. And would I get to talk to the lead singer at the same time? Like, is that part of the?
I
No,
mean,
he
he
doesn't.
does.
He doesn't talk to the roadies. Okay.
He does do autographs afterwards, so like you can come and stand in line with me. I help to form the line at the merch table.
Oh my God,
and,
that's great.
And then I'll see if I can get him out there for you.
Fair.
Yeah.
But it gets me closer to the front of the line for an autograph.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds
see what we
good.
can
Well, anything else for our Christmas episode? Should we just keep doing another hour? We good? Should we sing a Feliz Navidad now? Should we break into song?
No,
A beluga.
definitely if we're singing anything, it's
Wait.
Dominic the donkey. Hee haw, hee haw, hee haw.
Wait.
I love the way you do the hee haw. Hee haw,
guys-
hee haw, hee haw.
Beluga.
So,
Beluga
all right,
whale.
so before we go, when I was living in Southern California,
Please.
I lived in Huntington Beach, California for a while, and I was friends with a bunch of locals. That's how I knew people, and they would donkey call people. So if someone was acting like a donkey,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
they would donkey call them, and people who didn't know that they were getting donkey called. If you're acting up in public, you donkey called someone. And so when I'm out with my wife and someone's being a donkey, I'll be right next to him and be like, yeah, and I'll let out a donkey call, and my wife will hear it and just be like, stop. You're going to get us in a fight if they figure it out. Because when people act up, I'll give a, I'll kind of work it into different conversations, but I've donkey called people. Someone cuts me off in the crosswalk or something, I'll donkey call them. They just kind of look at me.
So, Drew, I feel
like
like
the donkey call.
We hear the least about your wife. Like, what your relationship is? How does she love Drew's attitude? Is it like, I love you, but like, keep it down when we're out in public? Or is it like, yes, like just let it all out. I love this.
That's
or she's calling you. She like, you're being the donkey here.
As David Chappelle said, I'm a habitual line stepper. So I cross lines quite a bit, but I keep things interesting, and I can move my hips, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
Okay, so now that we know about you, can you tell us about your wife?
Yeah.
He loves all of it.
All right. Okay. That's great. Now
can
you
we-
leave. Bring her on. I want to have a
We
conversation
should.
with her.
We really should. It would be so interesting
Yeah.
to have all of our spouses on in our place.
Should that be the first episode of 2023? Can you believe it's 2023? That makes no sense to
Stop
me.
it.
No
No,
sense.
stop.
No,
Stop it.
We're
She has
still
like
in pause
nothing
from
to do with the
2020.
float stuff and wants nothing to do with the float stuff. So I don't know if she would.
But Art of the Flow has nothing to do with
Yeah,
floating.
We don't talk
obviously.
about floating.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let her listen to this episode. She'll see. Like, we don't talk about floating much.
Just-
Does she hate us? Does she hate us?
Well,
Probably
definitely
with,
not.
She probably
with as
hates
much
me.
as her
She's not a
his
hater.
phone is blowing up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I know. Honestly, like, can't you
On
just pay
that,
attention to
yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
no, as long as she has a dog, she's good. So I have one dog. She has a dog. We don't even sleep in the same bed.
Okay.
True story.
Too much
Good job.
We
information.
talked about that.
No.
Good
No,
job.
I have a problem. I have bad back and I can't sleep, so I
Ugh.
get my own bed.
Toss
Brutal.
and turn. And,
Brutal.
No, it's awesome. I sleep way better.
No, I mean, yeah. So that's good. There's a study about that, but for 2023. So cool. So the wives and the husbands will open 2023.
Yeah.
Drew,
Nah.
can we do it?
I was going
Probably
to say,
not.
Just like no spouses are
try.
into it. Okay, cool.
I'll
Yeah.
try, but
Bobby would not be. He's definitely more introverted.
Great. That's why I want him on.
So am
That's
I.
great. And this is the pod. I mean, that's why you would podcast. I'm an introvert. Like, this is great for me. I don't like
Yeah.
large crowds. I want to crawl inside my
Yeah.
own orifice. So like, this is where I'm comfortable. And you guys can't touch me, so we have this distance. I feel very safe.
I
This
always
is what
find
I'm-
that to be
Easy,
so
Drew, easy.
funny. Like when we see you at the float conference, you like express this that you're so uncomfortable and
hate people.
awkward
Yeah.
socially. I'm like, you're crazy. You are not.
Yeah, I love individuals.
But maybe it's because we have so many socially awkward people at the float conference. Like we all get along, right? Because
Yeah.
I don't like
Everyone's-
being around people
It's
sometimes
socially
either.
normal if you're all awkward.
Yeah,
I have a
exactly.
T-shirt that is my favorite T-shirt. It says "Socially Awkward Society Lifetime Member," and
Yeah.
I think
Nice.
I think I wore it at the conference one night when we went bowling. I'm pretty sure it made an appearance there. But
Dang it. I don't remember
yeah,
that. I might have been unfocused. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
So yeah, this is the uniting of the antisocial. Okay, fair enough. I love that flow conference. Kim
Same.
and everybody who hosted that, thanks so much. That was so stinking awesome. I
It was
still think
awesome.
about it. That was so good.
I loved Maine until I got COVID, but all in all, it was awesome.
Let's
It was
not talk
just
about
The
that.
whole worth it thing does start coming into question like weeks
I know.
afterwards. And
I know.
still, yeah.
A few months
All good.
later.
oh God.
Yeah, months.
Yeah.
Still have that
A few
cough.
months later. Still have that cough. Still have some other
Kim,
things.
Kim might have more. Yeah.
I
fair
might
enough.
have more now.
But the eyeliner.
Well,
Let's go
happy
with the eyeliner.
holidays to
Happy
all
holidays.
of you.
Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa,
Happy
Hanukkah.
holidays.
Whatever it is you
Love
celebrate,
to all,
make it
and
happy.
to all a good night.
Count your
Have you guys
blessings.
Ho, ho, ho.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Not in a long time.
No? Okay,
I love
never
that.
mind.
I love it.
I stinking love that movie.
It's the best. My kids are
4-year-old and
obsessed.
6-year-old, it's like one of their favorite movies. And I'm like, this is scary. Like a sack full of bugs that's animated. Like, that is a horrible visual. You should not enjoy this. And they're just delighted. They just have such a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I brought that up. I just...
Not sure.
I love stop motion animation. Are we going for another hour? Let's talk about it. Let's talk
Let's
about
keep going.
records. Let's talk about stop
Keep going.
motion.
I
It's great.
think we might be losing
Gloria,
some folks
you
at
did
this
a
point.
great. Yeah, we lost everyone. We'll have no listeners except bots next year. Gloria, you cutting me off from talking about hi-fi was brilliant. That was a very good. I was like, oh, she totally cut me off, and it's flowing. Well done. Like, that's a gift. That's a gift. You must be great at parties. Yep.
We're done.
Yep.
Yep, we're done.
As always, Art of the Float fully endorses a bidet, whether it's heated, whether it has an air dryer, plays music, or not. We fully endorse a bidet, and those of us who don't have one are on their way. So make it happen, whether it's a holiday gift for the family, for an individual, or what have you. Art of the Float, as always, supports a bidet. And until next time, make it happen. Anybody else? No?
Yes, I have something.
Oh, Gloria has something.
Frog butt.
It's a frog butt.
It's a frog butt.
Ribbit.
The world's funniest image.
And cut.
You had to be there.
You're still listening. God bless.